All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today I have my friend Maveryk. How you doing?
Good. How about you? I've got
I'm doing well.
a bowl of popcorn for the occasion.
Nice. Hi,
Yep.
Jen. How are you?
Hello, Jen.
I hope you're doing well.
Yes, Jen. I hope everything's going well. I know we got a big night ahead of us tonight, especially
Yes.
you.
And
Shoot.
and after this is over, what time is Craven's stream at?
It's 9:30 Central. So for some of us who are on the Pacific time, it's 7:30 for us, and then
It'll be
for
10:30 for me.
yep,
Hi,
10:30 for
Dino.
you. Hey, Dino, my man.
What's going on? I
Yep.
heard you were going to be here, so I support. Thanks,
Oh,
Dino.
Dino's the best. He's awesome.
Doing well. Excited for tonight. Me too. I'm excited to see what everybody's gonna say about Stu.
Yeah, it's a cool format that they're going to do. I like the fact that as it plays out, I'm sure they'll be making adjustments on the fly, but the courtroom, and it's
Mhm.
going to be. I feel like it's going to get heated. There's going to
Yeah,
be a
you
lot
too.
of objections, and thankfully they're not all in the same room because maybe some shoes might be flying or something like that.
Right. Dino,
So,
no problem. You can always watch the replay as well, so no problem
yep,
at all.
yep, absolutely.
Hey, Sean, what's going on?
Hi, Sean. I don't think I've met Sean, but nice to
He
meet you.
is one of my co-hosts on the Midnight Hour.
Oh, awesome.
So
Speaking of which,
if you guys are ever around on Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a midnight hour. This week we are celebrating my birthday because my birthday is actually a week from Monday. So this
oh,
week we're celebrating my birthday. So
well,
if y'all want to come hang out and party with us,
happy early birthday.
thank you. You're more than welcome to. Okay, so yeah, Jen, you must live. I live in New York, so we're like in the same time zone. Uh, hey, Carolina.
Hi, Carolina.
How are you, Carolina? Sorry, I said your name wrong.
Hey,
I do that sometimes. I'm dyslexic, so I say people's names all the time wrong. Hi, Jaden. So
Jaden.
if I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Caroline.
Oh, nice. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you, so what is the midnight hour? Because I know that we kind of talked briefly before I went out of town this last week.
So the midnight hour is a bunch of us who come together and we talk about different horror movies, or sometimes we don't talk about horror movies, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
horror related podcast. Last week we talked about horror comedies, so our favorite horror comedies. We did a top 5.
Ooh.
Um, we do around Halloween time. We do the Spooktacular, which everybody can participate in. You just have to
Nice.
say like your favorite horror movie and different things, whatever Hobbs decides he wants to do. Hobbs of horror. Um, and so pretty much we just talk about random stuff, and it's a live stream from 10 till midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Or excuse me, it just depends on how long we want to go for.
Right. So let me ask you, what was your top horror comedy? What was your pick?
So I picked The Final Girls, picked that
Uh-huh.
one.
Yeah.
I picked Zombieland cuz I really like that one.
That's a fun movie. That was
Um
I was not expecting to like that movie as much as I did.
I
I
wasn't
really
either
did. Mhm.
when I was saw the cast and everything. Yeah, today I was at 53 degrees, Jen.
Ooh. Man, I'm
It's
jealous.
cold and rainy here.
Yeah, it's like 100, maybe like 97 outside, but it always feels like 100.
But when I lived in Florida, it felt like 100 around.
I can imagine. Oh my gosh, I can't do humid. I cannot.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah, so we got to like 53 and it's like rainy out. It's like rainy and cloudy out. Um, and so I didn't think I was gonna like that movie because I'm not really a Jesse Eisenberg fan. So I didn't
Yeah.
think I was gonna like that movie. And
Mhm.
then Bill Murray was like in it, and I was like, oh,
Right.
this is interesting.
Right. That was a
And Woody
surprise
Harrelson and Emma
cameo.
Stone. And I'm
Yes.
like, that's a weird like cast of characters.
Mhm, mhm.
You
Yeah,
know what
no,
I'm
it
saying?
it it was good. I did like I said, I didn't see it in theaters. I don't know, I just it didn't appeal to me that much. I do like zombie movies, but when I did
Mhm,
eventually get around to it, I was like, "Man, you know what? I misjudged that, and I'm more than
mhm.
okay with admitting that because it was I had a fun time with that movie. Like, that's something
Hey,
that I have
hey,
gone
Craven,
back and watched. What's up, Steven?
what's
Yeah,
going
he's,
on?
insane prep for the big stew. Yep,
Yep,
I know, I can
we're
only
excited.
imagine.
We
Yeah,
can't wait for it. It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
interesting.
epic,
So
absolutely.
after here at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, you guys should go check out Craven Craving Something Scary and go check his thing out about Scream About Stew. It's gonna
Yep,
be like a whole like court thing with a whole bunch of other YouTubers, and it will be a
mhm.
really fun time.
Yeah, it's like Law& and Order, but about horror movies and about Stu Macher either being
Yes,
alive or being dead. So, if you like
yeah.
Law& and Order or anything like that, you will I have no doubt that everyone's
Jenna,
gonna
I'm
enjoy
in
this.
Plattsburgh, New York. I don't know if you're close to there or anything like that, but I'm in Plattsburgh, New York, which is really up north. Like I'm an hour away from Montreal, Canada. I just moved here actually.
What
Moved here
part
in
of
March.
Yeah, what part of Florida? You'd mentioned earlier you're from Florida. What
I'm
part?
from West Palm. Most people know West Palm or Miami or
Mhm,
Fort Lauderdale or Orlando. So
mhm.
I grew up in a town called Palm Beach Gardens, which is like about 3 hours from Orlando.
Okay, okay.
Oh, hey Jen, we live really close. I'm 2 hours from Albany.
Nice.
And she's
That's
saying I
very
love
cool.
West Palm. Yeah, most people that I talk to don't know the city that I grew up in.
Mhm.
They only know West Palm. So, but the
Gotcha.
last 5 years I was on the Treasure Coast, which is Port St. Lucie, which is about an hour and a half away from Orlando.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Florida.
Was it like a work thing that made you make the trek from Florida to New York, or was it
Um, Basically, we had to get out of our house, and
mm,
so basically, my fiance's sister and everybody was moving up here, so we just decided to move up here with them.
hey, you know what? Nothing wrong with that. That's been one of the hardest things for me when I did move because I do live in my hometown now. But when I moved away, was not knowing anybody and kind of having to.
Yeah,
Sometimes it could be nice to hit the reset button depending on what you're moving. Oh, right, moving if you're
right.
moving away from something. But
Mhm.
when you're not, you're just kind of like, I just want to try something new.
Right.
Man, it can
I
be
have no
difficult.
friends up here. All my
Hmm.
friends are down in Florida and all my family's down in Florida. My dad just actually came to visit me 2 weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun.
Hmm.
But I have no friends up here, so my YouTube friends are my friends.
Mm, mm.
But
Well,
that's a good thing though.
yeah, I was gonna say that it could be worse because I feel like, and I'm sure your experience is the same, is like everybody in the community kind of, and some circles kind of overlap with others. That's obviously how you and I found each other, but the
Right.
everybody's so nice and so pleasant, and
Yes.
proximity
I
isn't doesn't define a friendship. So it's nice to, however you're communicating with somebody, um,
right.
if
And
they're
like
good
Tino just
people.
said, he loves meeting new content creators. And
Yeah.
I'm the type of person on my channel, I'm the type of person like I'll review any movie you tell me to if I can find it on streaming or something like that.
Mhm.
Um I will if I can find it on streaming, I will review it. If I
Yep.
can't find it on streaming, then I'll try to find it on like Amazon or something.
Right.
But it just depends, you know. So I take requests too.
Yeah. Well, I saw you did Overboard, and
Yes, I
that's a
did.
movie that I love. I love that movie so much. I remember watching it as a kid. We had it on VHS, and my wife, for the first time, had watched it because there was a remake version of it.
Mhm.
I wanna say with Anna Faris maybe was in it. I could have that wrong. She was watching it, and I just the
Mhm.
bits and pieces that I saw, I was like, "This reminds me of Overboard," and she's like, "Yeah, apparently it's a remake of that movie," but she hadn't seen
Yes.
the original.
With With Anna Faris, right?
Yes, and,
Yeah.
so I was like, "We have to watch the original," and so we did, and she loved it, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm so glad."
I think I seen that in a movie theater, or
Mhm,
something,
mhm.
and then I didn't watch it again.
Yeah, yeah, it might have been on Netflix, I can't remember for sure the remake,
Mhm.
but I think it was on Prime where we got to watch the original, and I was like, "We have to watch the original, like,
Y
you'll love it because her
actu
and I are she's a different generation than me,
Mhm.
so, all those 80s movies, she doesn't necessarily know about, so
That's
but
what happens with us millennials, we don't know '80s movies.
yeah, well, you know what? Thankfully there's some sort of recording device that captured it and there's all the time in
Right.
the world to try to
Well,
catch up
I
on
do
them.
love '80s movies. My favorite's Pretty in Pink, I love Pretty in Pink. Uh,
Mhm.
and I also love The Breakfast Club
Oh
and all
yeah.
those
Yeah.
John Hughes movies, I'm a huge fan of John Hughes.
Yep. Oh man, that guy was hitting them out of the park in the 80s, man.
Mhm.
He had so many good movies. I love it's just I don't know, it feels like he captured a specific like he captured
Mhm.
a few years in a window of the 80s and captured it perfectly for like
Yes,
movie after movie after it was just awesome. So,
I
yeah.
agree with you.
Mhm.
Um, and Jen saying she doesn't have a car anymore, so she's met many people on YouTube
Yep.
or through YouTube.
That's how I've met every single person in here so
We will
far.
we will definitely be your friend. We have the greatest community in the world, in my opinion.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes, I agree.
Yep.
Everybody's so nice. Everybody that I've met is so nice. Hey West, how are you? Hey, hey Casey. Hey Carrie, how are you? You said one of my favorite movies, The Breakfast Club.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's
I
such a
love The
good
Breakfast
movie.
Club. It's one of
Yes.
the best movies.
Uh-huh.
80s and 90s made some of the greatest movies of all time. Yes, they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, they did. I really like from the 90s. I really like Jurassic Park. I want to go see the second one. We're gonna go see it tomorrow.
Yeah, my wife just
Or
took
not the second one, but the fifth one or
latest
whatever
one.
one they're on.
Yeah, right. It's hard to keep track now. My wife just took my son, and he
Mhm.
loved it. He absolutely loved it, and she said it was very entertaining. So if
Oh,
there's
thank
yeah,
you. Thank you, Carrie. I
oh
appreciate it. Love you.
Carrie, yep,
Well, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm well. I actually just got off work, so that's why my hair looks like I just got out of shower. I've been at work since 7 o'clock this morning. What's your question, Carrie? We're open to questions. Anything you guys want to know, or we'll talk about anything you guys want to ask us. So,
hmm
what's your favorite movie, Maverick? Do you have a favorite movie?
yeah. My go-to answer when it comes to favorite movies, and it's because it literally like I can never think of anything that I would put over it. It's Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars Episode 5, Empire
That's
Strikes
my
Back.
favorite out of the whole Star Wars. Out of the
Yes.
whole Star Wars, is my favorite one.
The reason why, m the reason why is because that was the first time and I know I had seen movies prior to it, but that was the first time that, like, there was the twist, right, with the
Mhm,
whole Luke or, Vader being Luke's father, and it was the first time I can recall, like, I can remember bookmarking that in my head going, like
mhm,
it blew my mind. I was probably gosh, it was when they had remastered the Star Wars because I had seen the movies, I was much younger, and I didn't really remember them. I was probably maybe 4 or 5, but then they remastered them and they put them back into theaters,
mhm,
and I went to see with a couple of my friends the remastered versions, and we saw New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Jedi, and that turn, right, that curveball that the movie
mhm.
throws you where, like, now you realize, like, "Oh my gosh, Vader is Luke's father." It blew my mind. I remember
Right.
and so for me, it's been the movie that always has stuck in my head, and it's a great movie nonetheless, like, even without that, it's an
Mhm.
awesome movie, but that is my favorite movie, nothing has ever replaced it, as much as I love horror movies, as much as I love all kinds of comedies, everything, like, that is
Right.
my favorite movie.
Um, does Barry Manilow know you raid his wardrobe?
Oh, Carrie. Is she oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, was
She's
that
not.
her question to us?
I don't know. Uh, I think Charcoal wants to get in the chat. He won't shut up. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
But anyways, who here likes Bridget Jones movies? Those movies are alright. I've seen the first one, but I haven't seen the other ones.
I don't know much about him. I wish I could weigh in. Um
That's what they said. It's a quote from the
Oh, okay. I
first.
wasn't sure if that was an inside joke between you and Carrie or if Carrie was making fun of my Rolling Stones t-shirt. Okay. Okay. I got it.
Oh, her cat. It's Jen's cat.
Oh, yeah, bring Charcoal on.
Yeah,
That would be fun.
yeah.
Um,
And if any of you guys on the chat ever want to come on here, you guys are welcome to too.
mhm.
Message me, and you guys are more than welcome to come on.
I know Carrie's on her break right now. I talked to her just a bit ago, but I'm sure, yeah. Carrie's
I'm
a
a huge.
huge
Oh,
Hugh Grant fan.
I like Hugh Grant too, he got in trouble though.
Did he have like an allegation or something come
Yeah,
out? Oh, okay. I'm
he
so like out of the loop on like news like that. I
well
always try to like stay
well
away
this
from
is
it.
this is back in the 90s though.
Oh, okay.
He was with the hooker.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't even know that.
Mhm. I like
Well,
Hugh Grant. Um, I really liked him in and what's the um that movie with Sarah Jessica Parker where they're like have to go live with these people that basically live at a ranch and stuff because
mm,
I forget what the name of the movie is, but
the one that comes to mind, and it was because it was like my mom's favorite movie was 9 Months with
oh
Hugh
yeah, that one
Grant.
was a good one with
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock.
Was it? Yeah, I can't remember that. I haven't seen it since I was probably a kid, but like my mom used to watch that movie all the time. And I just remember it was 9 months, and I can't remember who the other major players in that movie was,
Yeah,
um,
Carrie,
but
I'll go watch all those movies for you, and I'll tell you my thoughts on them. I'll send you the videos when I make them, and I'll go watch them all for you. The Bridget Jones Diaries. Y'all, my favorite movie has Hugh Grant in it. Which movie is that, Jen?
let's hear it, Jen. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to rack my brain on Hugh Grant. I didn't brush up on my Hugh Grant before I came on the stream, so I can, like I said, I got like a couple movies in my head that I could think of him being in, but the
So, have
one
you
that
been
stood
watching
out.
any good movies lately?
Um, you know what? I can say yes, but it wasn't anything new. Right before the stream, I was watching Lion King with my daughter,
Oh, I love
and
the live action or the cartoon.
the cartoon.
Oh yeah,
And
I love
she,
Lion
I mean,
King.
she loves that movie. It's
Oh, it's
funny.
Julianne Moore. Okay,
Okay,
9 months is Julianne Moore. Oh, he's in 9 weeks or something. 9 weeks notice with Sandra Bullock. That's what it is.
okay. He's got a lot of nines in his titles.
Yeah,
um, music and lyrics. There you go, Jen.
that's a good one with Drew Barrymore's in that one too.
Yep.
That's a good
But
one.
yeah, I was noticing that that's one of those movies that, as much as I love it because I was a kid when it came out,
Hmm.
I've noticed I've tried to show movies that I really liked when I was a kid to my kids, my son,
Hmm.
growing up. I mean, he's 8 now, but like a lot of the ones that I found were like so good that just
Hmm.
I realize that it's just me that likes it. Um, they have no care in the world for it, but certain
Hmm.
ones like The Lion King. Earlier this morning, we watched The Sandlot, and
Oh, I
my
love that movie.
my son loves that movie, and I'm like, you know what? That's how I know that these movies are. I can consider them a classic. Is if like spanning generations,
Mhm.
right? There's things are so different when I was 8 years old as opposed to how my son is. And if he can
Right.
find a way to enjoy this and relate to it, like, they captured magic in a
Right.
bottle, you know?
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's what it is. See, I'm tired. I'm getting my movies confused. It's 2 weeks' notice with Sandra Bullock. I know it was something like that, but it just didn't remember. Casey did. Carrie did. I'm sorry. Carrie
oh,
did a video for on it for my birthday. Oh, that was nice of her.
yeah. Carrie
That's
is
so
a
sweet of her.
sweetheart.
Yes, she
She's a
is.
sweetheart.
She's very, very sweet. So yeah. I love The Lion King. It's such a classic
Mhm.
horror. Horror. It's such a classic. See, I'm getting my stuff confused again. It's such a classic movie. You know what it
Yeah.
is? It's because I've been talking to people all day. That's what I do all day is talk to people.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, the timing, it got you right after work. I know how
It's
that
all good.
is. I know
No,
how that goes.
I actually like to unwind like that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Kinda decompress and,
Yeah,
you know,
you're
yeah.
welcome. Because at least movies is what I'm passionate about. And at work,
Right.
I kind of have to say, "How you doing, ma'am? How you doing, sir? You know,
Mhm.
do you need
Mhm.
help with this? Do you, stuff like that." So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to have a hobby that,
yes, I saw that. It was I liked it. I was laughing. It has Channing Tatum in it as well.
is that good? I was,
It's on
debating on
Paramount
what.
Plus. If you have Paramount
Okay.
Plus.
I was debating on watching that, with my wife sometime this weekend, maybe tomorrow night. But yeah, I haven't, we haven't really had the time to stop and just watch anything yet, but, I do wanna see that. So good. If
It
you
was
guys
really
like it,
good.
I trust it.
It was
Well
really good. I
done.
liked it.
Mhm.
Especially y'all will have to tell me what you guys think of it, especially when when he when Channing Tatum, he has long hair in this movie.
Oh.
Normally he doesn't, and it's
Mhm.
interesting. I want to see what y'all's reaction when you see that part.
See him with long hair?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Alright,
love
yeah.
Sandra Bullock too.
Yep. Oops.
I didn't see Bird Box, that Netflix horror movie that she was in. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that was good. It wasn't what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting that from a Sandra Bullock movie, but I liked it. I thought it was good. I know that it got a lot of
Mhm.
buzz, and I think it won some awards. It was good. It was a good movie. I think the
Um,
timing of it was pretty interesting too. With like,
Jen said she saw the Lost City trailer when she saw Scream 5. I actually have not seen Scream 5 yet.
oh really?
Mm-mm.
Is there a reason? Let me ask you this: are you really a big Scream fan, or are you like? Is there another franchise you like more than Scream?
I like Scream, but I'm more of a Halloween type of person. I
Cool.
really love Halloween. My favorite is the Rob Zombie remake, the first one, not the second one, the
Yeah,
first
not
one.
not two.
And
Yeah.
I'm a huge John Carpenter fan.
Mhm.
Bird Box
Mhm.
was meh, but I prefer Murder by Numbers. I haven't seen Murder by Numbers.
That's a good movie.
I'll have to check that out. It'll be on my list, on my
Mhm.
letterbox list, to watch. So I'm more of, I mean, like, I do like Wes Craven movies and stuff like that too,
Uh-huh.
but I'm more of a John Carpenter fan just because John Carpenter can do it all.
Uh-huh.
He can
He's
direct,
got an incredible catalog.
he can
I
produce, he can make music. Because if you think about it, Halloween, the first Halloween movie, he directed it and did music for it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it's and even the I know that his son, and then I can't remember the other guy's name, that they're doing the David Gordon Green trilogy. They're doing the music for that, but even the twists that they put
Mhm.
on his classic score, like it was
Mhm.
in 2018 when gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his name. The friend gets before he gets impaled on the gate, or right
Mhm.
after he gets stabbed, and
Yeah.
Allison has that first face to face with Michael, and you hear that guitar. So they kind of did a little twist on his score, you know, where it's and what he did was he took a violin,
Mhm.
the bow from a violin and ran it
Mhm.
down the strings, you know, to give it that
Right.
vroom, to give it that kind
Mhm.
of crazy, um, you know, tense moment. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he
I'll be
keeps
there.
reinventing himself. Tuesday night, I will be. Oh yeah, I'm pumped for that, Jen. I
I'll be
know
there.
I'll be there. Yeah, I know you've been
Um,
wanting to. She's been wanting to do that for a while, and so it's finally
Jen,
coming to
and you're welcome to
fruition.
come on my channel anytime if you want to come on and talk about any kind of movie, anything you want. More than welcome to.
Yeah,
Anybody is, really.
yeah,
As long as I know you as long as I know you, you can come on.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Dino Oscar, thank you. I was drawing a blank on his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I do like Scream. Scream came out when I was 8. 8. I think I was 8, 7 or 8. And
Mhm.
actually, I stayed home from school and I was sick. So I asked my mom, can I watch this on pay per view? She didn't know that it was a horror movie. So I was like, can I watch this? She's like, okay. So I watched it.
Was that your first horror movie that you ever watched, or
No,
okay?
my first horror movie that I ever watched was Nightmare on Elm Street because
Mhm.
my older brother, he's 10 years older than me.
Mhm.
So, because he liked horror movies and we would just want to hang out with him, me and my little brother a year and a half apart. So we
Mhm.
just wanted to hang out with our older brother. So my mom was like, "Well, if you're watching horror movies, you're gonna have to go and you're gonna be up all night if they have nightmares, and you're
You're
gonna
gonna have to
be
deal with it.
yeah, you're gonna have to go to bed with them. If they have a
Mhm.
nightmare, you have to bring them into your bed or you go into their bed." And so I think I had a nightmare about Freddy Krueger coming into my dreams,
Yep.
and so my older brother had to come lay with me. And my mom goes, "Well, you're going to school. You can stay home." And and it was just so funny because my brother's like, "That's not fair."
Yep. No, you know what?
You're
My
welcome
parents
to.
had kind of the same deal because I have an older brother that's 9 years, and another one that's 8 years, and then an older sister that's like 4 years, and that was their whole
Mhm.
thing was like, if you're gonna babysit them and you're gonna put whatever you put on while we're at work, you're gonna deal with them at night. If there's a problem, like that's on you guys.
Right.
So um, but yeah, my first actual horror movie was Halloween '78, and that wasn't from my siblings. That was a friend of mine. His older brother had
Mhm.
like he had everything on VHS.
They did.
And hey Dan, what's up? Um, he was the one that showed us that because I
Mhm.
remember like he explained it to us. He's like, yeah, this guy hunts babysitters and he wears a mask, and it was a super watered down explanation, but it freaked
Right.
me out. But it was one of those things where it freaked me out, but I loved it so much and I kept wanting to go back for
Right.
more. So it was like, what else do you got? What else do you got? Like I always wanted to go over to the house
Mhm.
and get into his movie collection. Like I had to
Right.
see some, you know, and then everything else kind of came after that. So my first horror movie was '78, and Halloween '78, and man, it like it
Mhm.
started everything for me.
Right. Yeah,
Hmm.
my friend Patrick, his name's Have Cheetah Roadbill. He might pop in the chat. You
Oh
don't know.
yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know him. He's
Um,
awesome.
he does not like Halloween 78. He
Y-
will he's like, I don't like that movie. And I'm like, why? And and I don't know why he doesn't like it, but he does not like it.
Yeah,
Dino saying Nightmare on Elm Street is awesome.
Nightmare on
Yeah.
Elm Street. Oh, mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh, oh wow. Yeah, I was like 7 or 8. I'm 35, so I was like 7 or 8 when it came out. I'll be 36 a week from Monday.
Yeah.
My first horror movie was Pet Cemetery. Oh,
Ooh.
that one's really creepy. But I love Stephen King books and movies too.
Yeah.
So
That movie definitely made me rethink burying my pets in the backyard. You know, that was that was one of those movies that just I was like, I don't need my dog coming back.
right.
But that's a good one, Carrie. I've seen so many like, I think about some of the movies that I watched. I don't know if anyone in the chat or if you, Katie, have, but did you ever see the movie Dead Alive?
Yes.
It was a Peter Jackson, right? It's crazy to think, like, the same dude that did Lord of the Rings did that movie.
Hmm.
That movie that movie wrecked me for quite a while when I was a kid. Like, I could
Right.
not, because it was, like, super it was more gore than anything. It wasn't that it was that
Right.
scary. It was just, like, seeing, like, someone's ear fall off into like, a soup or a porridge or
Hmm.
whatever that was, like, that
Right.
movie just jacked my head up, and, I mean,
Hmm.
thankfully, I'm not completely damaged, but I feel like a lot of you know
Right.
what I mean? Like, a lot of that stuff at that
Yeah,
age.
that movie, the first time I seen that movie, I was, like, creeped out by it, and I couldn't sleep at night.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, it was
Uh,
just so bizarre, and it's even more bizarre to think that that's the guy that made Lord of the Rings, you know?
but I'm such a huge Lord of the Rings fan, though.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just I'm just a nerd.
yeah, you got a bot in your chat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just giving you a heads up.
Hobbs, did you take care of that? Okay, so hold on. I didn't even notice because I was still up at the chat because I'm like, uh, making sure. Hobbs, did you take care of that?
Yeah, it just popped in. It
Oh, okay.
just came up, so it's not been there for a while.
Because if Hobbs wasn't there, hold on. Yeah, Hobbs got it. Okay, thank you, Hobbs.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to do this. Okay, so where's Valerie's here too. Just in
Val,
Valerie can chat.
yeah, I was just telling the story, Val. That was my, first horror movie also. So, but it as much as it freaked me out, it just made me want to see more and go for more. Like, I'm not
Thank you,
just,
Jen.
like, limited to horror movies. I love everything. Like I said, Star Wars,
Mhm.
Empire Strikes Back's my favorite movie.
Do you like Harry Potter too?
I only saw 2 of them, and I think it was just more of the timing. If those movies came out when I was younger and not, like, just kind of getting out of
Mhm.
high school and starting college and doing all that stuff, I think I
Mhm.
would have made more time for 'em. I've seen a few with my son, but usually he wants to watch them, and I don't have the ability to stay up late like he does anymore, so he'll always wanna watch them really late. I liked the first 2. I saw the
Mhm.
first 2, and I've seen bits and pieces of the other movies, but I think they're
Right.
fun. Um,
Right.
we were just talking about getting the Universal, Studios, like, the annual pass, and I know they have,
Mhm.
like, a Harry Potter thing. My
Yeah,
son
Harry
would.
Potter world is so I'm a huge Disney fan.
Uh-huh.
So, um, and I kind of go back and forth between Disney and Universal,
Mhm.
but the Harry Potter world I think is a lot better than Disney just
Mhm.
because you're so immersed in the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
Mhm.
And so I mean like I know I'm a huge Disney fan, but to say that as a Disney fan, that's like a
Uh-huh.
big no-no, but that I think Universal did a better job at immersing the people inside the world
Uh-huh.
versus like Disney, you know, like the Pandora world is really cool and it's an immersive at
Mhm.
Walt Disney World, but I just think the Wizarding World is a lot better.
Right. So, because you when you were in Florida, you had both Universal and Disney, right? Disney World
Mhm.
and what is it? Universal is there a
Universal Studios and
okay,
then
it's not it
Islands of
doesn't have like a
Adventure.
Universal World or it doesn't have one of those kind of spins on the name?
No, it's
Um,
just Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure.
okay.
Universal owns both of them. So basically, you know when you go on, like Disneyland.
Mhm.
So it's basically like Disneyland going to California Adventure. So it's
Uh-huh.
basically like if you go to Universal Studios, you just have to walk to the other side and go to Islands of Adventure. That's pretty
Ve
much what it is. It's kind of
okay.
like Disneyland, but it's a little bit bigger than Disneyland. So that's what it
Do you
is.
like one better than the other? Like when you were in Florida, did you have a
Um,
preference?
I like both,
Yeah.
because it's basically both the same theming, but if you wanna go on certain rides, you have to go to Universal for the Harry Potter, and then you have to go to
Uh-huh.
Islands of Adventure for certain rides for Harry Potter. So it
Right.
just depends on what you're more of a fan, especially because they have some of the Marvel characters in Islands of Adventure. So it just depends on if you're
Oh.
more of a Marvel character person
Mm,
or if you're more of like the Harry Potter person.
okay.
That's what
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, that's one thing that my wife and I want to do. We want to go see. We've done the California stuff. We want to go to the Florida parks, and
Mm-hmm.
we want to do all that with the kids. So we got to get my daughter's got to get a little bit older before before we're
Right.
gonna pony up the money and make the trip.
Fly out there.
Yeah, we need like another 2-3 years
Right.
before I think she's
Jen's
ready and she'll actually enjoy it.
Jen saying The Exorcist is her favorite. It was her first horror movie.
Ooh, Jen, that's a good one. That
And
is a
when
good one.
Carrie saying she was terrified of Jason and Freddy when she was younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, it was
Freddy.
always a setting with Jason. If I was ever, because my dad's from, he grew up in the mountains, and whenever
Mhm.
we'd go up there, we'd do camping trips. Like all I could ever
Mhm.
think about was like Jason.
Right.
That was when I would be super freaked out about Jason. But Freddy, I don't think he ever really got to me as a kid. It was more just
Freddy got
Michael.
to me the one scene in the boiler room got to me when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the movies were scary, but I mean, like, I never feared sleeping. Like if I went
Oh.
into had to go into a dark room, I would always
Mhm.
be afraid, like, what if Michael Myers is in the closet kind of thing.
Right.
But and it would only be that like that for Jason if I was up in the mountains, if I was camping or doing something
Right.
like that. So
Gino saying he was introduced to horror with Friday the 13th. Hi Val.
yeah,
Uh
yeah.
oh, thank you. You don't look like you're in your 30s. I am 32, but yay for not looking our age. You don't even look it.
Carrie, I
And
wouldn't even have guessed that. I had
West
no
is
idea.
saying, I can't remember which horror movie I first saw. And Hobbs is saying, literally the bloodlust film in horror history.
Yeah. Hey, Dino, if I was going to show him this really quick. This is the Scream Factory, the complete box set of all the Jason movies. If you're a Friday the 13th fan, I highly recommend getting it. Night from Night Watch Zone was the one that told me about it, and it's freaking awesome. Like highly recommend it anybody that's a Jason
And
fan.
then Valerie saying her first film was Halloween 78.
Mhm.
Thank you, Hobbs. Thank you, Jen. Bye bye, bot. So Hobbs is what I was talking about. He is one of my co-hosts on the Midnight Hour. He is actually, I call him the leader of the Midnight Hour. So
Mhm.
he's the leader of the Midnight Hour. So everybody can connect to everybody in the chat. And if you guys haven't already connected, most of you probably know Maveryk, but if you haven't connected to him, I linked his Instagram and his YouTube.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
You're
thank you.
welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I finally I got up to 130 over the last like few days. 130
That's
subscribers.
awesome.
It's crazy. I told Craven because I was on the stream with him when he hit 5K. I was at 114 and I was like, this is literally like 114
Right.
more
And then I
subscribers.
sub to you.
Yeah, exactly. And then you sub to me, and I mean, it's one of those. It's cool. It's a cool networking platform because a lot of us do have similar interests, but we a lot of us have different tastes, and so it's
Mm-hmm.
nice to kind of get that dichotomy of like we're all everybody's super positive, everybody's super cool. But it's cool to talk to somebody who, like you said, with Patrick, he isn't a fan of 78, and that's someone that I would be super intrigued to talk to about because I love Halloween 78.
Maybe I could get
So
you and Patrick on a stream one day. I'll ask Patrick. We
yeah,
could get on a
sure.
stream and talk about it.
Yeah, and the cool thing is like it's a productive conversation. It's not like what we see outside of the YouTube universe, at least in
Right.
this community, where it's
Well,
like if you don't subscribe to what I say, then you're this or you're that. It's just cool. It's cool that we can
right.
actually have
It's actually nice to have different opinions, I think. And it's also nice to like have people, oh, I didn't like this movie, but maybe you did and you did a video on it and stuff.
right,
It's nice.
right. Yeah.
Tourist Trap was Dan's first horror movie. I haven't seen that one. I have to check it out.
Yeah, so I have a I don't know if you have Shutter, the Shutter
Yeah,
app,
I do
but
have Shutter.
okay, Joe Bob did I think it was back in 2018. He did a thing on Tourist Trap. So he showed the movie and then, did
Right,
his interjections with his all his stories and jokes and stuff. And yeah, that's a that's a good one.
right. I'm not going to lie, Michael didn't scare me in Halloween combined with Michael. Yeah, Michael didn't really scare me too much either. You're welcome, Carrie. Everyone is a mod now. I just did it just in case Hobbs had to hop out, so I just did
Yeah.
it just in case.
Yeah,
Um,
Gory Movies. She had done that on one of her streams a little while ago. She just made like everybody a mod, just so if someone's got to go, that someone can address it if
yeah,
she's caught up in taking care of something else. So
Carrie, we'll have to talk Harry Potter then sometime because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan too. I told you I'm a
yeah.
nerd. Carrie, I am too actually working on. Wow,
Whoa, that's
they must
crazy.
have small pieces for that.
Val, you got to take a picture when you're done and post that on
Mm,
your Twitter. I got to see that.
wow, Harry Potter is great. How is it great if you haven't seen? I haven't seen them all. Which ones have you seen? I do own them all. Hobbs, you surprise me sometimes of what you've seen and what you haven't seen.
That's funny.
He was watching Hocus Pocus one day, and I was like, "You're a horror channel, and you like Hocus Pocus." I was
Mm,
just picking on him.
yeah.
Uh,
There's
my
a
favorite,
remake of that coming out, right? Or not a remake, are they doing a sequel to Hocus Pocus
yes,
or okay,
Hocus Pocus 2. It's coming out on Disney Plus.
right. Cool.
Favorite Harry Potter character besides Harry? Oh, Snape. Severus Snape is my favorite
Yeah.
because he's
Alan
such a
Alan
complex
Rickman.
character, and who doesn't love Alan Rickman?
It's hard not to love that guy.
Um, it's always the same bot. You would think YouTube would eliminate them by now. You would think, West. You
Yeah.
would think that.
Common sense ain't so common, unfortunately.
No. I'm from Florida. I could tell you a trip out here is a pretty cool idea. Disney's great. Dino, what part of Florida are you from? Oh, you like Mrs. Weasley and Hermione? Those are good characters as well. But I know Maverick hasn't really seen the movie, so
No, just I've seen the first two. It's something I'm gonna get around to, just trying to
Mhm.
juggle time and,
Oh, that's
I,
awesome. My husband played Hagrid for the kids. That's awesome.
nice.
Mhm. Uh, I have yeah, I like Bellatrix too. She's good. Um, Helen Barton Carter or however you say her name.
Oh, Helena.
Yeah,
Um, I think isn't she married to Tim Burton
she was. Yeah.
or was? Yeah.
Hey Amber.
What's up, Amber? Yep.
Everybody's saying hi to Amber, and then they're saying what's up to Sean. Hobbs is saying what's up to Sean. I'm trying to get everybody's hello. I'm trying to get
Oh,
everybody.
Bob. What's up, Bob?
Hi Bob. Hey Bob. What about Bob? I'm trying to get to everybody's comment. Y'all are just going too fast for me. Maveryk just came on our show Thursdays as well as we are all network and kick it the midnight hour Thursdays. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I'll try to make it. My schedule unfortunately is about to switch here. Starting up. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'll be going back to nights. In a weird way, it's a promotion, as opposed to working normal hours. But
That's
it is
awesome.
yeah.
Congratulations.
So the downside is I'm going to miss out. I'm going to be catching everything on replays that I can't, you know, be in for. But
Right.
extra money never hurt nobody, so I can live with it. I'll
And,
find a way.
and Carrie's saying, I love that about our community, that different tastes, but we all each other is yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%. I drink way too much wine. Oh no. I watched Halloween 78 and 2 and did not like either of them, but I want to see if any of the others. So I watched Resurrection and loved it.
Well, hey, you know what? There's something for everybody, Jen.
Yes,
So,
exactly. Tourist Trap is a fun, slow burner. That's
hmm,
what Sean saying.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Spent the morning, afternoon with my grandbabies. Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Grandbabies are always fun. Well, I have nephews that don't have any grandkids. I will absolutely share the pic when I'm done. She's halfway through it. I love Harry Potter. Dino likes Harry Potter. Uh, those creepy mannequins. Yeah, mannequins are creepy. Harry Potter. Valerie, anyone in the chat, put your link in so we can connect. Yes. Katie, I understand why you love Snape. I love his complex character. Me too. Luna is such a good character as well. That's Sean's link if anybody want to connect with Sean. Um, I'll connect. You already know Sean Hobbs. I love Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town. Oh, I love Halloween Town too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're
That's
from
another good
Miami.
one.
Okay, I lived about an hour from there. Harry Potter 2. You like Harry Potter 2, Amber? Okay, everybody connect with everybody. There goes Hobbs. Thanks, I returned the favor. Okay, that's good. Since I've watched Halloween 28 and Halloween Kills, I will watch Halloween N when it's streaming. Yeah, me too. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
they're not gonna be doing the same release that they did with Kills. Are they? Unless I heard differently. It's gonna be strictly in theaters for ends.
I don't know.
Okay, because I know they did the Peacock, which I was fortunate enough to have Peacock at the time, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! I can."
I have Peacock.
Yeah, and so I was able to watch it from in this
I
room right behind me.
I actually have a video on Halloween Kills. Me and a couple of friends did it because actually I was a podcast before I went on YouTube, and
Oh,
then I
okay.
lost my co-host,
Mm,
so I just didn't do the podcast anymore.
mm. How did
You know, I
you
watch Halloween Town every year. Oh,
find or
congratulations, Sean.
oh, dang. Nice.
Hi Hilda. Who is that on my panel? His name's Maveryk. I think because of your
Hi,
mask.
Hilda. Yeah, sorry. It's a long story, but I have to stay masked, unfortunately.
I
Actually,
hate
it's probably
Peacock.
for your guys' benefits I keep this thing on.
I hate Peacock because it convinced me to watch sports sometimes.
Oh, it can be yeah.
Yeah. Why? No need to sub to me. I don't have any content. That's okay, Jen.
It's all love, Jen. It's all love. So,
Yeah.
how long ago did you start this channel? Because you said you
So
used
I
to do
started my channel
podcasts.
back in October,
Mm-hmm.
but if I would have still be doing the podcast, you can still catch some of the episodes of the podcast. It's on Spotify and everything. It's popping the
Okay, cool.
popcorn, the same thing. Um, but the podcast would have been a year old on Labor Day.
Okay. So did you
Because
guys do just audio only on Spotify, or was it one of those things like where
I
you
did
can
it
do
I
audio
did it
and video?
I did both. So actually on my YouTube channel, if you
Okay.
go back to look at my older videos, they were
Mhm.
from the podcast because
Okay, cool.
StreamYard saves all your videos. So I would
Oh,
do the podcast in StreamYard and then I would make it into an MP3.
okay. Okay. Very cool.
Mhm.
It's more
Maverick, you're
talent than
beautiful. Shut up. That's
no. She sees me with rose-colored lenses. That's all. She just
yes. I see you like that too.
oh,
Mm.
thanks, Sean.
I
Oh,
see
thank you,
everybody like
Katie.
that. I see
Yeah.
everybody for who they really are. Like people don't realize that I actually see people for who they truly are, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah,
Like
and
like
it's it's important, and it's always nice when you find those people too, that kind of are like-minded and they see
Hmm.
beyond anything, whatever it is. But that's
Like,
good.
yes,
That's
yes, we all make mistakes. Yes, we're all human. We've all done things we regret. But at the end of the day, you just have to love yourself no matter what you're doing.
mhm. Mhm.
You just have to make sure that you have good friends to support you, but that are 100% behind your back. Because if you
Right.
don't have that support, then you're gonna think, why are these people like, nobody's going to listen to me and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
I do not Maverick. My glasses cancel out red and nose colored.
Ay, 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 Carrie, you're the best. She is my bestie. I tell her that all the time, and she tells me that. Um, so
That's
you'd ask,
awesome.
yeah, you asked me earlier what my favorite movie is, and I gave you my answer, but I never asked you what's yours. What's your favorite movie?
So my favorite Disney movie is Beauty and the Beast because my personality is like Belle's
Mm,
personality.
that's a
And
great
then
movie.
my favorite all-time movie is Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Oh, okay. Ray Liotta, right? We just what a
Yeah,
shock that
Ray
was.
Liotta. I'm a huge Martin Scorsese fan.
Yeah, he's
Hilda, you would say that.
well, you know what? If there's a number, right? There's got to be a number of subscribers. I just can't count very high. So maybe when I get to a certain number of subscribers, I'll do like a big reveal. And then you guys will be thoroughly disappointed and all unsubscribe, but it'll
I'm
be worth it.
I'm sure you're cute under that mask, Maverick. I'm sure.
Oh, well, you know what? I don't know. I can't judge myself. I'm very
Maverick, I didn't like the Lynn Creed
oh,
said
Lynn
she was
McCree
my
said.
bestie, and so it's established that it ties.
Yeah, I was very jealous that day. I'm not normally a jealous person, but the fact that Lynn McCree said that Carrie and her were best friends, I did take umbrage with that.
Right.
And if she had social media, I probably would have, told her, "Get your hands off my Carrie." But it is what it is.
well, well, it's true. You can have more than one best friend, though.
Yeah, but I want to be the bestest best. Like I want to be number one best friend.
Uh,
Lynn McCree can be number two. That's all.
uh, what is your mask from? Is it from V from Vendetta? That's
Yeah.
what it looks like to me.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that movie. I love the comic books. I have, the poster from the movie. I think yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
that's awesome.
That's yeah. I
Mhm.
love I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that it's not everybody's cup of tea. I feel like some people want just more kind of explosions and fast pace, and there's some lulls in that, where it slows down a bit, but I just absolutely love it. So
Mhm. Yeah, if you guys like mukbang videos and she does other stuff, she does affirmations, go follow Hilda DC. She's
I
awesome.
will. I will follow everybody.
Oh my god, I love Goodfellas. I've literally watched it 100 times and still can watch without being bored. Yep, me too.
Mhm. Yeah, it's such a
My
good
brother got
movie.
me the movie for my birthday. Oh, that's awesome, Hilda. Hilda, my birthday's a week from Monday, so I'll probably do a birthday stream on my birthday.
Was she talking about Goodfellas that he got her for her birthday?
No, V for
Oh,
Vendetta.
V for Vendetta. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's awesome. Such a good movie.
I work. It's wonderful. Fate is not trying to fight you. There's so
There's so many visitation schedules. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to hire
yeah.
a secretary, Carrie. That's
I
just
gotta
gonna have
give
to be.
V. Oh wow, Sean, that's surprising. So Hilda, I'll message you, and maybe you could come up, and a couple other guests could come up for my birthday if y'all want. That would be fun. So it would be a week from Monday is my birthday. So I'll do a stream on my birthday,
Nice.
and y'all
That'll
could
be.
come up as guests and stuff.
Are you got any special plans now that you're in New York? Your
As if you
first
connect
birthday
to
in
me,
New
please
York?
watch and leave a comment. Yes, watch and leave a comment, and she'll come back and she'll
Yeah.
comment back. I just subscribed to Maverick. He seems like a cool guy.
Oh,
Thanks, West.
thanks, Wes. Thank you. Um,
Um,
yeah. So your first birthday in New York. What do you got planned? Any besides the stream?
Um, I think I'm just gonna go out to dinner with my family that's up here because my whole family, like my dad, my grandpa, my aunts, my uncles are all in Florida. So I'll
Hmm.
probably just just hang out with them.
Cool. Is there
You
a
know.
special?
Hilda, you're not ugly. Stop that. I'm gonna come over there and beat your butt because you live in New York. I'm gonna come beat your butt.
Oh, that's funny.
You should do a watch party for your birthday. Um, yeah, I could do something like that, but
That
I
would be
just don't
cool.
know what platform to do the watch party on. That's the other thing. So I don't know how to. I'll have to ask Knight or Craven how they do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they I think like with Craven, I think he uses StreamYard and then he just kind of says like we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and then if there's a
Okay,
pause
like
break.
that.
So
That so
anybody that's in the chat or that's on the stream just knows like hit play at the same time and then pause at the same time and then every
okay.
now and then he does updates at like where they're at in the movie. So if someone's
So we'll have to
joining
do something
late.
like that. Maybe I'll pick out like a family movie for everybody to watch so that way the kids can watch too. Hilda, I highly recommend it. I doubt I live stream. I'm no Megan Fox. Hilda live streams.
Well,
Just
Carrie,
subscribe.
I'm no Sharon Stone, so
Watch Amazon parties. Craven will use for most of it. It's easier, trust me. Okay. I'll ask him.
yeah,
I'll ask him like tomorrow because I know he's getting ready for his stream here in a little while. So
yeah, he's
I'll
got the
ask him tomorrow.
mhm, he's got the big show tonight.
Yeah, he does. And that's gonna be awesome. So what other kind of movies do you like? Are you mostly like into horror? Or are you mostly into like
Um, I like a little bit of everything. I comedy was probably my first love. Like when
mm-hmm,
I really was like, it was like movies that I could watch literally just because I'm old school, like hit rewind, stop, rewind, and rewind it
mm-hmm.
all the way back to the beginning and start it over, like
Yes.
Dumb and
Hilda.
Dumber. The
His channel, I linked his channel in the description.
Yeah, it should be down there. Like not Vegas Vacation, National Lampoon's Family Vacation, like
Mm-hmm.
Caddyshack. But I mean, some people don't like Caddyshack too, but I I freaking loved that movie as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So comedy was something that I think that did the most watching as a kid, and then horror was
Mm-hmm.
just always like consistent with me. I remember as much as I hate the movie as an adult, I had the uh
Thank you, Carrie. I was about ready to get it. Thank you.
oh, thanks, Carrie. Um, I had the Jason Goes to Hell mask. I convinced my parents to buy that for me when I was like
Mm-hmm.
10 or 11. Like, and I wore that trick or treating. And if anybody's seen Jason Goes to Hell, imagine that
Mm-hmm.
on a 10-year-old kid walking down the street. Like, that's horrific. So horror was
Mm-hmm.
always just there. Like, it was always consistent for me. And it's something that as I started getting older, like some of the comedy movies kind of started falling a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more flat for me. The action movies, I love action movies. It's just I don't really find stuff that
Mm-hmm.
kind of wows me anymore. But for me, horror kind of encompasses every genre of movie there is, right? There's action.
Right.
Sometimes you'll get funny scenes or moments of levity. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
there's drama, so you get a lot of everything into one. And I think that's why horror has always kind of been there and it's
Right.
stood out as I've gotten older. It's been something that I've kind of
Mm-hmm.
grown more and more closer to. So I'm not like a one trick pony where all I care about is horror movies. Like I'm a huge comic book fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like Batman is my favorite.
Oh, I love Batman.
I did a review on the Batman. It's super long, but it's because like
Did you
I
like it? Did you like Robert Pattinson as Batman?
yeah, I did. I was because I didn't know. I'm gonna maybe I'll turn some people off by saying this, but I'm not the biggest Twilight fan. I've seen a few,
Mhm.
maybe collectively, I've seen one whole movie, a
Mhm.
few bits and pieces from all of them because my wife loves them, and I was like, man,
Mhm.
they're casting that the guy from Twilight. Like, are we going to be able to put that out of our head when we're watching this movie? And I didn't think about it
Right.
not once. I thought that everything about that movie was done so well. And I'm not like I can be harsh. I'll be more harsh on a Batman movie than I would on something I didn't really care
So
about.
who's your favorite Batman? Who's your favorite
Like
actor that
as
has played Batman?
the actor that's played Batman. Right now, it could be recency bias, but I think I like Robert Pattinson the
Mhm.
best. I think Christian Bale was awesome. My favorite looking Batman was Ben Affleck because he
Mhm.
resembled Batman from Frank Miller's The Dark Knight,
Right.
um, and that's my favorite graphic novel. So Ben Affleck, like
Wait,
looks
Batman
wise,
does not sparkle.
no. And if you watch Joel Schumacher's versions, he's got nipples on his
Mhm.
costume. You know, that was a little bit disturbing.
Right.
But yeah,
See,
so I don't know. I gotta let more time pass before I can like
I like
stand
Christian
firmly.
Bale's Batman,
Hmm.
but I think Ben Affleck played Bruce Wayne better.
Yeah, yeah, he was great. I really do like Ben Affleck as Batman, and I know that the original plan for this Batman movie was supposed to be Ben Affleck, but things kind of derailed with what do you the nipples with the gliding. I guess aerodynamics. It's not my
Yeah.
specialty, so maybe they do help. I can't argue that.
Um.
um, but I'm with you. I loved the look of that Batman. I loved him as Bruce Wayne. I think we didn't get a whole lot of Bruce Wayne in this version, so it's kind of hard to compare
Mhm.
him to Christian Bale or Michael Keaton, right? Because that was another guy
Mhm.
that back in the '80s people were throwing a fit. They were signing petitions. They didn't want Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne, and
Right.
because he was known as a comedian and I
Mhm.
thought he was great. I love the Tim Burton
Version of it.
Batman movies. Yeah, I do. Even Val
Mhm.
Kilmer, George Clooney didn't really do it for me, but Joel Schumacher's was just a little bit too campy. Like
Right.
as a
I
kid,
didn't
I
like
loved
George
him.
Clooney. I mean, like, I'm a George Clooney fan, but I didn't like George Clooney's Batman.
Yeah, not
And then
neither
and then
neither
I
did
didn't
I.
like Chris O'Donnell for Robin.
Yeah. Well, I apparently they're hinting that we might be getting. Bye, Carrie. Bye,
Bye.
Bestie. Um,
Have fun.
they're hinting
I'll see you later.
that we may be getting a Robin in the next Batman movie. So I'll be interested to
Mhm.
see if they do like the kid
Hi, Ben.
version of Robin or if they do a little bit older version like they did with Chris O'Donnell. So yeah, I don't know. These are the movies I will be the most critical of, or the ones that I truly
Mhm.
do love, and I really, really enjoyed this movie, like top to bottom. So
Yeah. If you guys want to later on here, I'll link Craven's thing. If y'all want to go at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, I can't talk. Craven something scary. He is doing stew, and it's going to be try a trial about Stu Mocker. If y'all want to go check it out, if he's dead or alive from Scream.
yeah, so there's gonna be like everybody that you've seen on his shows, the Lethal Collective, everybody's going to be weighing in here on where they stand. They're going to be making arguments either for Stu being alive or against Stu being alive, and I think it's going to be there's going to be a lot of killer moments that end up being clips that we see later down the road. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be so funny, and it's only going to be funnier. I don't know this for certain, but if they are adding alcohol into the mix, then it's going to get real
Then it's gonna get
interesting.
even more weird.
Oh my
So,
god, yeah, we
so
did
do
a
you like?
drinking stream.
Do you like? My favorite Batman villain. I'll say this one last thing, and then I know you have to go. Uh,
Hmm.
the Joker is my favorite Batman villain, and the Riddler.
Are you talking about just in general
just
or
in general.
okay, I didn't know if you were talking about, like, specific performances from,
Well, no,
because
Heath
like
Ledger's my favorite Joker out of all of
yes.
them.
Yes. Yeah, he was so good. Oh my gosh, he was so good.
Jared Leto, I like 30 Seconds to Mars, but Jared
Mhm.
Leto, I did not like his Joker. His Joker sucked.
Yeah. No, that was a whole weird angle that they took with that, and I have a I'll save it for maybe another stream. Maybe I'll tease it for the next time you have me on, which thank you again, by the way, for letting me
You're
be
welcome. You're
here.
welcome back
Um,
anytime.
yeah, I
We'll
got
have to do
to
a Batman stream.
sure. Oh my god, I would love that. I've got so much Batman stuff, and I will show you something else, before I leave, but,
How did you know that? Do you know? Are you reading my mind?
he's psychic. I got to, I went and saw 30 Seconds to Mars in concert. Jared Leto came out into the audience,
Mm-hmm.
right where we were, and he came up, and there was an empty chair next to me because we were in a theater, like
Mm-hmm.
an old theater, and he stood up on the chair, and so naturally, I'm like, "Oh, well, he's here on the chair. I need to stand up on the chair with him." And so I stood up
Mm-hmm.
on the chair, and I was looking back at the crowd, and then he actually, like, handed me the microphone and let me start singing
Oh,
with them. It
that's
was
awesome. Dino, if you
super
want to come
cool.
up on the panel and talk about Batman, you're more than welcome to.
Heck yeah. I'm telling you, I love Batman. It's, let
Dino's
me show
psychic.
oh, yeah, he is. Let me show you something really quick because you were talking about John Carpenter earlier.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I guess he is psychic. Dino, you must be psychic or reading my mind. Dude, that's what you must be doing.
So, I know, I've showed this to I think Dino's seen it and Bob has seen it, but, since we're talking about Batman and earlier we were talking about John Carpenter, that's
Oh,
his autograph on his only, comic book he ever wrote, and it was
that's
Villain of the
really
Year.
cool.
Yeah. So it's John Carpenter, and, that's the only comic book he ever did. Since we were talking about Batman and John Carpenter, I figured
Jack Nicholson's Joker was good, for like that time and everything, but I just love Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger
yeah,
was one of my favorite actors.
yeah, yeah, you know what? It's such a I felt like Heath Ledger had huge shoes to fill because I felt like Jack Nicholson did an amazing job with his version of the Joker, but
Mm-hmm.
man, he knocked it out of the park. And I remember shortly after seeing that movie, or maybe it was after he passed, I saw another movie. It was Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Have you ever
Oh
seen
yeah,
that
that's a
movie?
good one. Yes.
Yeah, that movie that tripped me out. I almost felt like I had ingested something
That
illegal watching that movie
that
because it
was one of
was.
his last movies. That's why I say mental health
Mhm.
is such a big, like, I'm an advocate for mental health,
Uh-huh.
and that's why I say we should love one another, especially in the world that we're coming to today. You
Uh-huh.
always should be positive and be nice to each other and not be mean to each other.
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of how I even got into doing this. I always wanted to be on the radio. I always wanted to that was like one of my dreams,
Mhm.
was I wanted to be on the radio, and I was listening to Craven Stream. I had just had knee surgery. I was laid up on this couch literally right behind me with my knee
Mhm.
elevated. And I never watched horror content creators, anything like that, and he was just a suggested, like, a recommended
Mhm.
video, and that night he was giving one of his real powerful, like, moving,
Mhm.
motivational speeches, and started talking about, like, not, don't say maybe next week, maybe next month. He's like, just do it
Mhm.
now. If you're passionate about something, do it now. And that's
Yep.
literally how I ended up here. I think
Hey
the first,
Tiffany.
yeah, the first video I made is like 3 months ago, coming up on
Mhm.
4 months ago. So
Yeah.
I'm completely new to
That's
this.
that's
Like
that's how I feel, and we also support each other and build each other up, not tear each other down. And
100%.
like anybody in the chat, even you, Maverick, if you guys are going through something, please message me. I will talk to you. I don't
Yeah,
care what time it is.
yeah,
So did you like? I like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker because I'm a
yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix fan.
yeah.
So I could be biased by that opinion, but I liked
Mhm.
it. You going to Craven's thing tonight?
Yeah,
All
everybody should
right.
go check it out if you got nothing else to do. I think it'll be a lot
Yeah,
of fun. It'll
it'll
be
be a lot of fun. Maverick has to go, guys, but But thank you guys so much for coming, and I
Yes.
appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you haven't
Yes.
already, go connect to go. Thank you, Dan. Have a good night.
Thanks, Dan.
Go connect to Maveryk. He's amazing,
Yeah.
and I will see some of y'all on Craven's stream later on tonight.
Yeah.
And so I hope everybody has a great night. I love you all.
Yeah, leave a comment down below in the video, guys, so I can find your channels too. Because I'm always out there looking for new content
Mhm.
creators to connect with, and I enjoy all their videos. Katie, I love your videos. I mean, and I was so
Thank you.
grateful. Thank you again for reaching out to me and
Oh, you're
allowing me to
welcome.
come on here and shoot the crap with you for a little bit. I'm so grateful.
I'm glad you liked the stream, Dinos. Whose stream is it? Craven's Not So Scary. Hilda, I'll message you on Instagram. It will be at 10:30 p.m. tonight, our time. I'll message you. Just up to thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. I'm heading to his channel now. Okay. Um, thank you guys, and I will be having after I do this, I'm gonna be recording ET for Saturday Sci-Fi. So because ET's 40th anniversary, so I will be
Oh
doing that.
wow, that's crazy. I
So
didn't even know.
what was that?
I didn't even know that it was coming up on the 40th anniversary. That's crazy.
So have a great night, everybody. Have a great weekend, and thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. It was such a fun stream. I wish I didn't have to wrestle to see the whole stream, but I'll watch the replay. No problem, Bob.
Yep.
If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, any of those, it's all down below. So you guys are more than welcome to follow me. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you. Love you all. Bye.
See